Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious walnut pesto pasta. It's taken from our new book. Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. It's time for a delicious episode, a walnut pesto pasta. This recipe is taken from our new book, Peter Sidwell's Kitchen. It is coming out on the 27th of September. You can pre-order it if you want from us on our website, get it signed, or you can get it in Amazon or your local bookstore. It's entirely up to you. But this is what we're going to make. It's taken from our 4 ways chapter. So it's 4 ways with pesto, 4 ways with gnocchi, 4 ways with pizza, 4 ways with hummus, 4 ways with tikka spice, and 4 ways with Vietnamese dressing. So it was a chapter that allowed us to give you 40 recipes. So it was a really cool way to cook, I think. I'm sure you're going to love it. But we'll start with walnut pesto because Mrs. Sidwell has requested it for her dinner. Right, so walnut pesto is something I discovered while we're in Tuscany. When you're not there in the summer and they haven't got lots of fresh basil, they'll look for alternatives to make beautiful pestos. And when you've got walnuts, make walnut pesto. When you've got lots of mushrooms, make mushroom pesto. And that's how the kind of 4 ways with pesto came about in the book. So I wanted to share with you walnut pesto because it is absolutely delicious. So I've got a non-stick pan, a little bit of vegetable oil in there. Walnuts. These are California walnuts. They're absolutely delicious. They're super good for you. They're lovely and crunchy and they're delicious. Let's make them nuttier. So what we're going to do is we're just going to roast them in a pan on a medium heat for about 7 or 8 minutes. Keep your eye on them because they'll burn quickly, all right? But while we're doing that, we'll get the food processor out. We're going to do it the lazy way today. This is the midweek quick way. I've got some grated Parmesan cheese. You could use pecorino if you wanted to. It's not a problem. So we're going to add a little bit more into there. So this will give us a really nice sort of salty tang to it. And then we'll add in some rosemary in there, and the heat of the roasted walnuts will bring out the natural oils and flavors from the rosemary. And walnuts love rosemary and thyme, okay? They're the herbs, they're quite earthy, they work really, really well. So we'll add in some fresh thyme in there as well. So the good thing about this is it's almost like a winter pesto because you're not reliant on fresh from growing from the garden, and rosemary and thyme will always survive in the garden. It'll be all right. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Garlic. 1 clove of garlic should be enough for what I'm making, okay? So in that goes. I'm going to season it up with a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt, not too much because we've got Parmesan going in there, okay? Can you hear that? Okay, that's the rosemary and the thyme kind of crackling and the oils are starting to release. That's what you want to hear. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Right, let's grab something else. Now, I bake sourdough every week for my family home. We love bread like this. There's a recipe in the book for it. It's really easy to work into your routine. It seems like a massive, daunting prospect, but it's not. It just slots into your daily routine, and honestly, you get the most healthy, delicious bread. I've just launched a podcast as well, Peter Sidwell's Kitchen. Have a listen to it, and let's bake sourdough bread together. Me in my kitchen, you in yours. So if you like podcasting, have a listen to it and we can bake sourdough bread together. So I like to put a little bit of bread in my pesto because it kind of makes it go nice and creamy. With a little bit of water, honestly, it makes all the difference. So our walnuts, are roasted. Pop them straight in with the herbs and everything. Get the whole lot in there. All right, I'm just gonna move this pan over to here because we're gonna cook our pasta in a minute. Now we want a little bit of lemon zest, not a lot because I don't want it lemony. I just want a bit of balance, okay? Now, walnuts are rich and oily. Parmesan is rich, okay? Olive oil is rich, so we need balance, okay? So we're gonna add a squeeze of lemon juice, and that will just bring it back in line so that it's not too rich and oily. Okay, in with some olive oil. Plenty of that, because that's gonna loosen it all out, okay? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Nearly there. This is extra virgin olive oil. Don't cook with extra virgin olive oil. Use it for things like this that you gain the benefit from. And then we're gonna blend that up. Right, pesto's almost there. Water is boiling, okay? So let's talk water. It needs to be salty as seawater, in my opinion. So you want a tablespoon of salt in your water. And then we've got some lovely, just simple dried spaghetti. Nothing out of the ordinary. You can use whatever pasta you like, okay? Really doesn't matter. Give it a little twist, drop it in so there's lots of space. Right, don't underestimate the size pan you should use. So this is for like 2 people. Got a 4-litre pan there. Lots of salted boiling water. Okay, so let's have a little look at our pesto. So can you see this overhead? All right, yeah. See, yeah, there, better. So you can kind of see, I mean, it doesn't look like the most appetizing thing in the world, to be honest, because it's just sort of brown and blended. But if you have a little taste, oh, have you had walnut pesto before? Yeah. Have a little taste of that, and it will get even better in a minute. All right. It's nice, isn't it? Take some of your pasta water. I would say about half a ladle. We're going to pop that straight in there. And now we've added that and blend it, we're going to become creamy. It's going to completely change. It changes in appearance and it changes in taste as well. So now that we're just loosening, in fact, I'm going to add a tiny little bit more water again, actually. I just want to loosen it out. That starchy pasta water and the bread just makes it kind of creamy without adding cream. There we go. Have a little taste. Oh, right, Carlos. From tasting it before to tasting it now, all I've added is a bit of water. Taste how creamy that has gone now.
Oh, wow.
You'd think it was a different product.
Yeah.
So that creaminess comes from blending starch water from your pasta and just some bread, all right? And it doesn't have to be sourdough. It could be any bread that you want, really. I mean, I wouldn't use like a really heavy seeded bread because it's not going to blend up smooth, but it is a great way to do it. So remember, if you've got any questions at all about today's recipe or any other, post them in the comments. Send us a question. We are always here to help. I will be able to respond really quickly, and that is the great thing about this show. And if you do love what we do, please share the program with your friends and family. Check out us on YouTube. We've got a whole library of channels. We've got a whole library of programs there for you to enjoy. Dive back in, find what you like. We'll always be there, okay? And we're creating content every week. So stay tuned. We've got lots more to come this year. Right. Just give our pasta a little twist, all right? Lift it up. Make sure it's got space. Can you see in that pan, Carlos? So you see, there's loads of space for the pasta to bounce around. It's not stuck together. It's got all the space it needs. We literally need to cook that for 9 minutes. And then we're just gonna add our pesto and we are good to go. Okay, so pasta, have a look. Look, it's cooked almost. All I wanna do is, the ultimate way to check if pasta's ready is have a taste.
It's not throwing it.
No, don't throw it against the wall. Look, it's got a slight bite to it. I like it. 9 minutes, done, ready to go. Let's put that to one side. Get a pan onto that heat. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get some of my pasta water. See how sort of starchy, can you see all those little white bits floating around? That's starch. Get that into the pan. And then let's get some of our walnut pesto. So a good couple of tablespoons in there. Mix the two together. Mix the two together. I nearly lost the whole bowl then. And we're just gonna bring that up to the boil. Okay. There we go. It is super, super simple, this dish. Take our pasta, use a pair of tongs to lift it in. All right, don't stir it yet. We don't need to stir it yet. Oh, smells so good. Okay. Now, start to just turn the spaghetti over in the sauce. Look how, there is no cream in this, but look how creamy it's gone. And that's by adding that bread and that starch water. Okay? So all I'm gonna do is, look, we'll just give it a little toss. Make sure all the spaghetti has got some of that lovely walnut pesto on there. Okay? I'm gonna switch the heat off. Get a bowl and it's time to eat. Got my pasta bowl, very important piece of equipment. And there we go, look, just lift it out. And you can see everything has got a beautiful coating of that walnut pesto. This is light, it's full of flavor, it's good for you. Walnuts are incredibly good for you. Add a few extras. Just get some of the spare walnuts, crunch them up, yeah? So that you've now got a little bit of texture. Take some Parmesan, little bit on there. That's it. Maybe a tiny drizzle of extra virgin olive oil just for the silkiness of it. And that is it. Grab a fork and tuck into the most delicious pasta. A walnut pesto pasta, all cooked in like 12 minutes. Delicious.